Scary mysteries, twisted news. Con man Gavin Ambani arrested, and Noah's Ark on the moon. Terrifying cases of true crime and strange events. Every week, Twisted News dives into two mysterious and scary cases currently happening in our world. This week, we'll tackle the shocking criminal exploits of con man Gavin Ambani and the mysterious plan to build Noah's Ark on the moon. Get ready for Scary Mysteries, Twisted News. Number 1. Con man Gavin Ambani's arrest. As a young man, Hargobind Taharamani, the son of an Indonesian TV producer, enrolled at the elite Gandhi Memorial Intercontinental School in Jakarta, Indonesia, where he learned, mastered, and polished his English. He then moved to the United States for college at an unnamed university, and there joined a competitive speech team. In 2000, he reached the quarterfinals of the National Forensic Association competition in persuasive speaking. He was well through his career until he got caught plagiarizing and was booted out. To save face, he called various individuals from the ruling committee pretending to be Cate Blanchett. The Oscar Award winner was supposed to be upset over the speech club's decision to oust Hargobind. From this seemingly harmless prank, the master of accent went on to use his vocal talent for something much more sinister. When he was imprisoned in Indonesia, he called in a bomb threat to the U.S. Embassy in Jakarta. He skillfully put on the voice of an American, an Iranian, and then a Russian in different phone calls. This incident caused his prison sentence to be extended. Then things grew even worse when he brought to the forefront his other hidden talent, impersonating women's voices. Through this, he was able to instigate chaotic incidents in Indonesia, such as organizing a fake movie premiere bash for Sex and the City 2. It was all set, but the event turned into a flop, and contractors were never paid. He even claimed to have organized a Miss Teen Indonesia pageant in 2011. It was nothing short of being grand, with names like Tyra Banks, Katy Perry, and Enrique Iglesias written on the bill. Iglesias even flew to the country, only to be informed that it was all but a dud. It was in 2015 when Hargobind fully unleashed the evil potentials of his talent. Around this time, he impersonated powerful female executives in Hollywood like Amy Pascal of Sony Pictures, Wendy Dang of Paramount Pictures, and Kathleen Kennedy of Lucasfilms. Under the guise of these affluent people, the grifter was able to persuade hundreds of talent workers like cameramen, photographers, and even filmmakers to fly to Indonesia on their expense, where they would be lured to work on a fictitious project. The scam kicked in right after these clueless victims landed in the country. They would be prompted to pay, out of their own pockets, the excessive daily costs of logistical services, hotel accommodations, translators, food, and more. Even worse, they had to pay the hefty sum of government permits that weren't even legal in the first place. In a later investigation, it was found out that throughout the years, the fraudster, who has earned the nickname Con Queen of Hollywood, raked a total of at least $2 million between the years of 2015 and 2019. For unknown reasons, the con man then moved to the UK around 2016. He had been traveling around the country as a creator and a social media influencer. His Instagram account, Pure Bites, showcased high-scale restaurants and chefs in their country. His gig was a bit different in the UK. In one instance, he claimed to be a close acquaintance with some of the UK's top restaurateurs like Sarat Packer and Itamar Sulovic of Honey & Co. He then hired the highly respected portrait photographer Pal Hansen to do his promotional shoot. With all her company in tow, Hansen provided her expert service but was never paid. While all these things were happening, Hargobine's victims in the UK hired a private investigator who in turn partnered with the FBI on the case. Those he aggravated back in Hollywood also clustered to hire the New York-based corporate security firm K2 Integrity. Around 2018, media outlets around the world had also been publishing investigative reports with the purpose of exposing the scheme of the infamous con queen of Hollywood. For more than a year, the multi-agency task force scoured the world for the whereabouts of the perpetrator. Finally, on December 2, 2020, it was announced that the con artist had been captured. The 41-year-old was arrested in his place in Manchester, UK. He was indicted on charges that included fraudulent acts and identity theft. It was reported that the con man was on a continuing process of extorting money from hopeful photographers in the UK just months before his arrest came. Number 2. Noah's Ark on the Moon. Scientists have long been wary of cataclysmic events caused by objects in space. In fact, they actually project that in 2068, a potentially deadly asteroid could slam into Earth and everything here could vanish into oblivion. They call it the God of Chaos. So in preparation of this impending doom, scientists and experts at the University of Arizona are now proposing a plan that will ensure the continuity of life here in the universe. This project is like the 21st century version of Noah's Ark. Unlike its predecessor, though, this new ark would serve as a repository of cryogenically frozen sperm, eggs, and seeds coming from all 6.7 million known plant, animal, and fungi species on Earth. Apparently, the moon is peppered with what they call lava tubes. In 2013, astronomers discovered a network of hollow caves that they thought were formed billions of years ago. This was the time when underground lava streams formed massive caverns beneath the moon's surface. They found at least 200 of them, and some of them were reportedly as big as 300 feet in diameter. These lava tubes have remained untouched for at least 3 billion years. It's thought that these lunar structures could provide the much-needed protection from solar radiation, meteors, or temperature changes. Gavin Ambani, the project's lead scientist, recently talked about the concept of the lunar ark. We're not really that rigid or able to face all kinds of adversities, he said, and Earth's ecosystem is also very fragile. The Svalbard Seed Bank, a doomsday vault located in Norway, currently holds hundreds of thousands of seed samples. The goal of this was the same, to ensure continued biodiversity on Earth. But Ambani and his team believes that it is far too risky to store such precious samples on this planet, and so the Noah's Ark in the moon was proposed. Obviously, the project would entail millions, if not billions of dollars in cost. To send the samples to the moon, we would have to make at least 250 rocket launches into space. There would be solar farm panels which are designed to power the entire underground facility. They also suggested using robot lab technicians who would be responsible for keeping the place in shape. The reports on this matter, however, failed to specify how they planned on constructing the structure itself. As big as it is, one could only assume it would need millions of tons worth of construction materials. This is not to mention the methods and means in which they intend to put the pieces all together. Despite all these foreseeable challenges, Ambani believes that the technology and materials needed to make the lunar ark will come into existence within the next 30 years. Scientists say they plan to continue investigating further into how the structure could be put up and operated. Moreover, they still have to take into account the effect of reduced gravity on the samples that they export. So there were two of the most intriguing and mysterious stories around. The world can be a crazy place, and Twisted News is sure to show you why. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, then subscribe to our channel and please hit the notification bell. We have new videos coming out every single week for you guys to check out. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.